let's learn how to create a stunning bokeh effect in Photoshop in this super simple tutorial. So this is the effect we're going to be creating today. First things first, we need to download the Photoshop action. You can find the Bokeh 2 Photoshop action in the Envato Elements marketplace. So make sure you have an account, locate Bokeh 2 Photoshop action and click download. If this is for personal use, you can download it without a license, but if it's for commercial use, make sure you assign it a license as I have done here, and then simply click add and download. Locate the downloaded zip file, mine's in my plugins folder, and double click it to open. So you'll have two options, the CS6 version or the newer version for CC 2015 onwards. And there are two files we need to install, the action and the pattern files. We will do this shortly. So let's come back into Photoshop and open the image we want to apply this action to. File, open, locate the image and click open. Next, let's load in the action. File, open, locate the action, so mine's in my plugins folder. Select the folder, select the version you're using. Under enable, select all documents, select both the action and the pattern, and then click open to load them into Photoshop. Check the installation by going to Window, Actions, and under Actions you should see Bokeh 2 has been installed. If you open the folder, you have a number of different options here that you can apply to the image. So let's make a selection. Make sure the image is flat, so it's just one background layer, and make a selection either by using the lasso tools or the object selection tools. As I'm in a newer version of Photoshop, I can go to Select Subject, hit the Marquee tool, and press Select and Mask. From here now you can see the selection is not perfect, so let's refine this. Command plus to zoom in and use the hand tool to locate certain areas. And now press the brush tool and you can either add or remove from the mask. So I'm going to press remove, use the brackets to make the brush smaller, and let's remove this little bit here. Command minus to zoom out. Let's use the add brush to add a little bit to this area here. In the properties, let's increase the feather. Under output, let's decontaminate the colors and set output to new layer with layer mask. Press OK. Lastly, let's get a nice blend going here for the bokeh effect to come across the body. Make sure your foreground color is set to black. Come to the gradient tool. Make sure you select the mask part of the layer, not the image part. So select the mask and then click and drag to bring a gradient mask in. Press selection tool. So now we can see there's my selection and there's the original layer behind it. This action needs to be applied to a flat layer. It will not work on a mask, so we will have to collapse this layer. So click the background, click new layer, hold shift, right click this layer and come down to merge layers. And now we have this layer here ready to apply the action to. Toggle on the background layer. And for the action to work, you will need to rename the selection layer brush. So double click, type brush. And with this layer selected now, go to Window, Actions, locate Bokeh 2, and select which style you want. So I'm going to go with the circle and press play. Press continue. So in your options and the custom pattern, come to the Bokeh 2 patterns that you installed. And for this one, we're going to use this circle one. If you're using other ones like the heart, for example, you'll select this one and so on and so forth. So I'll use the circle one for this. Make sure script is turned on. And under script, make sure random fill is selected. And from here, simply click OK. The action will now start running. However, the random fill box will appear multiple times while running this action. This action can take a considerable amount of time to run, sometimes up to sort of 10-15 minutes, so just bear that in mind. So every time random fill box appears, just press OK. And keep doing this until the action is complete. And there you have it. Once the action is run, you should get something that looks like this. The action will generate two folders, an adjustments folder and a folder with all the effect layers. As you can see, these can be toggled on or off depending on preference, so you can play around with all the layers and turn them on or off or adjust them accordingly. And there you have it. It's that simple to create an awesome, beautiful looking bokeh effect in Photoshop using this action. I really hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, keep on designing, and I will see you for the next tutorial.